Okay, kids, we're back. We're gonna do it like one more time. I know I'm a scoundrel, right? Let's see. Uh, let's see. We yeah, now I remember which one it was. Let's see. It was this one. Yeah, it was this one. I think it was this one. Yeah, it's called Quantum Communications Technology, something like that. That's the one. Yeah, Quantum Communications Technology Company Limited, and it's in China. Yeah, that's the one I found the other day. Let me pull up Wireshark. It takes a while for it to come up. Uh, let's see. Quantum. Anyway, it was wild. Quantum Communications. Yeah, here it is. This is the one that I found the other day, and it's in China. Yeah. Yeah, that's the one I found the other day. It's in China. And it goes to all these universities in China. Like, wow, quantum products. Yeah, it goes to all these universities in China. It goes to, probably not pronouncing it right again, Hefei University of Technology. Wow, it seems to be connected to a lot of universities in China. Called Quantum Tech Company Limited. Yeah, that's the one I found the other day. I thought it was wild. Then the products they have. So they create a lot of electronic software. There's a lot of electronic shit it looks like they create. But the wildest thing is that they seem to be connected to a lot of universities in China. I thought was wild. Yeah, we'll have to see about that one. I have to look back at that one some other time. But anyway, I thought it was interesting. Let's go back to Wireshark. Okay, go back to Wireshark. Hopefully, it doesn't take forever. Oh, here it is. It's back. Okay. Okay. Now let's just do it. Let's start at the bottom and work our way up. We'll just do it for fun. Let's try. Wow, let's try T-Wear Lab. I wonder what that is. I wonder what T-Wear Lab is. Okay, we got to go to Mac vendor lookup again. Okay. What is T-Wear Lab? Right, let's see. T-Wear Lab. T-Wear Lab or T-Wear Lab? I don't know. Oh, someplace in Korea. Okay. So let's look up. Let's look up this place in Korea. It's not coming up. Hmm, it's not coming up. Let's try. We'll just try going under the company name for a second. T-Wear Lab. Huh. Looks like it's a Chinese company, I guess. This is what it looks like. Chinese T-Wear Lab. T-Wear Lab. Huh. T-Wear Lab. T-Wear Lab. Yeah, it looks like it's Chinese company. Wow, T-Wear Lab, T-Wear Lab, T-Wear Lab. Wow. It looks like they make computer shite, right? That looks like computer shite. Uh, wow. It says services, products, home. Okay. It's interesting to look up. They could be a company that makes, like, it's like they make computer shite. All right, now let's try another one. Let's try, you see Shanghai. There's a lot of Chinese companies involved with computer stuff. A lot of Chinese companies I see. Yeah, let's go back to the top again. Wow, one more tech, 3Com. Yeah, when you see a lot of them, that's interesting too. When you see a lot of the same company, so we're copying the MAC address. What's 3Com? You see a lot of 3Com MAC addresses going through. What is 3Com? Okay, it's in New Hampshire. Okay, 3Com. Copy the address. See if we can find out who they are. 3Com. Yeah. Wow, 3Com. Yeah, they must have. Some of them have old addresses. They don't put their current address. Let's see, 3Com. It says it's a major digital electronics manufacturer. Okay. Wow. Does 3Com still exist? Wow. It's part of Hewlett Packard. Okay. That's what it looks like. It's connected to Hewlett Packard or some kind of shite like that, which is like an electronics company that makes computers and all that other shite, right? Hewlett Packard. Uh, 3Com. Wow. Okay. It was started by Robert Metcalf. I mean, it gives you the whole history of the company. Oh, they even have them in the Wayback Machine. Wow. They have them in the Wayback Machine, which is like the old internet websites, all that shit. Wow. Oh, and it's connected to Xerox Park, which is in Palo Alto, California. Well, that's wild. Hmm. Okay, and then it says 3Com Wayback Machine. Wow. So the Wayback Machine, like you can see the Internet Archives, like, wow. But that's what's wild. Like, supposedly the companies went out of business, but you'll still see them operating on the internet, like, even though they supposedly went out of business. I don't know. So I guess that's what their website looked like. Yeah, even though they supposedly went out of business, you'll still see them operating, you know, like they said, ARPA no longer exists anymore, but we found it in the backbone of the internet all the time, like, okay, interesting. Now they do, looks like they do make electronic shite, so that's pretty normal, like if it's a company that makes, electronic shite for computers, that's not too abnormal, like, let's try, MED. MED, MED. Okay. No, it's not working that way. Okay, let's try. Anyway, you got the idea of how to do Wireshark. It's a good thing to learn. And you can use it as evidence in court or something, like the police do, like it sniffs out all of the MAC addresses that go through your computer, and you can use it as evidence in court, like uh, I think you have to screen record all of the stuff going through your computer. Like, I think screenshots are not admissible in court, so med medcom. Wow. Just looking up. Wow, we could tried medcom, see what that is, just for fun. Did we screenshot 3M? I think we did. I think we screenshotted them. Screenshot those guys. Yeah, some of these are normal. Like, to run your computer, you have to have these companies. To run your computer, you have to have these companies. What is it called? It's called Medcom SP. You have to have these companies, to run your computer. Oh, okay, Medcom. It's in Poland. That's interesting, right? It's in Poland. Midcom SPZU. Okay. We're not gonna look them up forever. Wow, Midcom, someplace in Poland. Wow. Wow. That's wow. Midcom. It's some joint in Poland, huh? In Poland? Midcom. Oh, it's in Polish. Can we get it to translate into English? Let's see. English. Okay. Okay. We got it in English now. Yay. Okay. They do public transport. They do power engineering sector and industry. About us. Okay. It's interesting. So they do electronic devices around the world. Okay. So we'll look into them later. Anyway, I think that's the company. Let's try a different one. Okay. Oh, this one's interesting. Let's see. Oh, oh, this one's interesting. This is Medtronics. Okay. Now I know they make, if I'm right, this is Medtronics. They make medical devices, if I'm right. Let's see. Yeah, it's Medtronics. Now, that's kind of odd for them to be going through your computer because if I'm right, they just do medical devices. They don't do any electronic devices. Medtronics. But that's wild. They're headquartered out of Israel. Let's see. That's what it looks like. Medtronics. And I know they're involved in the United States. They're involved with Medicaid and Medicare, with medical devices in the United States. Look at that. Medtronics. Wow. Yeah, I know they make medical devices. Look at that. And they're headquartered. Another place they're headquartered is Minneapolis, Minnesota, Galway, Ireland. But like they got offices all over the place: Argentina, Brazil, Canada, Mexico, Colombia. Wow. Okay. I know they make medical devices. Anyway, that's a good company to learn about, Medtronics. Yeah, they make all kinds of medical shite. Anyway, I could do it. Talk about them later. Wow. Did we do a screenshot of those guys? Make sure we do a screenshot of them. Wow. Okay. Now let's try another one, Medtronics. Now we'll try. We could do like peas. Peas. Go into peas. Netgear. Yeah, we see Netgear a lot. Netgear is heavily involved in it. Let's do a Netgear. 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 Okay. Netgear. San Jose, California. Okay. Now I know they do. If I'm right, Netgear they do like computer shite, like they do computer routers and all that other stuff. But we see Netgear a lot. Yeah, they do like the headquarters is located in San Jose. Yeah, they do like routers for internet companies. Like they create routers and all that kind of shit. Anyway, interesting company to learn about, Netgear. Okay, and then let's try another one. Let's go to the P's. Yeah, the Neuralab one was interesting. I did the Neuralab the other day. Neuralab. Let's see. Neuralab. Neuralab is in Russia, which is wild. Okay. Neuralab is in Russia, right? Okay. Let's see. Neuralab, it says it's in Russia. Did I do it right? Did I do the address right? Let's see. Well, I don't think I did the address right. Let's do it again. Yeah, I don't think I did the address right. Okay. Neuralab is in Russia. Okay. Okay. So they're in Russia. That's interesting because neuro usually means brains, or like brain research or something. Or, that's kind of interesting. Neuro. Wow, and they're in Russia. We could go under images, see what we find. Wow, look at that. See, it's going to all kinds of neural lab research facilities. Look at that. That shite is crazy, right? Like neural lab research facilities. Okay, go to. Did we do a screenshot? Yeah, we did a screenshot. Do another one just in case. Screenshot. It's going. If you look at the address, it's going to all of these neural lab research facilities. Look at that. Go to Gmail. My Gmail is slow. Well, I am on a slow internet thing. I'm not on this fast internet thing. I'm on a slow internet thing. Okay, here for a second because I don't want to lose it. All right, takes forever. Da 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 da. Okay, I want to post this link in here because it's pretty important, I think. Okay, all right. Yeah, we want to post this in here. Okay, Control C, Control C. Remember Control C, and then Control V to copy and paste something. Okay, okay, we sent it. So now, if you look at it, this Neuralab address is going to all these Neuralab research places around the world. Look at that. Look at all the Neuralab research places it's going to. It's going to Neuralab Diagnostics, Neuralab Istanbul, Neuralab Laboratory, Neuralab School. It's going to all this Neuralab shite, right? Like, what does that have to do with running the internet? I'm not the brightest apple in the bunch, but what does that have to do with running the internet? What does brain research have to do with running the internet? That's all I'm gonna say. That's all the Rose is gonna say. Look at that. It's going to all these neural lab research places. Look at that. Ain't that some shite? Welcome to Neuralab Diagnostics. Wow. Look at that. It's going to all these Neuralab research places. 469. We could look up the phone number. We could look up the phone number, right? They figure out by the phone number where they are. It's someplace in Texas. Okay. It's a company in Texas. Okay. Neuralab Diagnostics. Okay. You can look up shite by their phone number. All right. Let's see. Let's go back. Look at that. And it's going to some Neuralab research place. That's brain research, right? Like it's going to some Neuralab research place in Russia. RU usually means Russia. Is the initials for Russia. Like, what kind of research do they do? Look at that. I found that from a MAC address in Wireshark. See, I told you. Uh, I wasn't just whistling Dixie here. I'm a smart girl, but like I said, I'm not a freaking genius, but I'm smart. Look at that. What kind of research do they do? Like, wow. Interesting, right? Wow. Laboratory research, education. Wow. Okay, let's go back again. They do some kind of brain research, right? It's in Russia. That's what it says. I know RU is Russia. See, it has initials RU. It's and then some research facility in Istanbul. Istanbul is Turkey, right? It's in the country of Turkey. Look at that. Now, it's going to the Istanbul Pedopole University. Yeah, look at that. It's going to a university. Look at that. And then it goes to all of these doctors. It goes to Alfonso Fasano, Toronto Western Hospital, Kremlin Brain Institute, University of Toronto Division of Neurology, Andres Lozana, MD, PhD, University of Toronto Division of Neurosurgery. Look at that. It's all going to like these neural lab brain research places. Isn't that crazy? Look at that. Wow. Here's another one. Look at that. I got all of this from the MAC address in Wireshark. Look at that. It's going to, wow. Neural Lab work with us. University of Barcelona. Wow, it's connected to all of the shite. Wow. Neural Lab research. Lab members. Look at that. It's going to, that's insane, right? Like, wow. Now, what does the neural labs have to do with running the internet? Like I said, I'm not a freaking genius, right? I am not a genius by no means. But what does neural lab research have to do with running the internet? I don't know. Like, why do you need brain research to run the internet? I don't know. Like, I don't have a degree in computer science, but what does brain research have to do with running the internet? Yes. Isn't that wild? Look at that. That is wild. Neural lab, neural lab, neural lab. Some other neural lab. A lot of neural labs, right? Contact us. Wow. So it's someplace in. It's not definitely not in America. It looks like India or something, or yeah, maybe Thailand. You see the language, like it's not. I don't think it's in the United States. Wow. Neural lab. Kochi Kerala. Where's Kerala? Kerala, India. Oh, IN is India. Yeah, it's in India. Okay. Look at that. That is some crazy shite, right? Wow. Here's another neural lab place. You see? So now, like I said, I'm not a genius, but what does neural lab research have to do with running the internet? Like, right? That's weird, right? Like, neural lab in a nutshell. Wow. Neural lab is about developing you and your capacity for mental wealth. Currently, our UK associates focuses exclusively on executive coaching and human capital development. Wow. Whatever that means. Yeah, this is some neural lab research place in the UK, it looks like. Look at that. Oh, no, it's in South Africa. It's a neural lab research place in South Africa. See the address right there? Yeah, South Africa. Wow. I got all of that from a MAC address going through Wireshark. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, that stuff is wild, right? Like, wow.